Hi everyone. So the last construction that we need to complete in the Unit 3, Day 8 notes with respect to quadrilaterals is a rectangle. So a rectangle is just slightly different than a square. Really the only difference is that it has two sets of opposite sides that are congruent, but not all four sides that are congruent. It still has those four right angles, so we're still going to work on creating those perpendicular lines. So here's what we're going to do first. We're going to use our straight edge. We're going to create that reference line or reference right again. And I'm again going to pick a point. I'm not going to pick it at the very end because when I pick it at the very end, then I'm going to have to extend it anyways to create my perpendicular line at a point. So what I'm going to do to create that perpendicular line at a point on a line is I'm going to create a little mini segment within this line, or this ray, I should say. So now this mini segment is this segment here with endpoints that are at these intersections where the arc meets the ray. What I'm going to do is I'm going to now use my perpendicular bisector construction from these two endpoints. So I'm going to stretch my compass further than halfway across, and I'm going to scribe an arc, and then I'm going to do the same thing from the other side. So from that other intersection point of the arc, I'm going to scribe an arc. Oh, I didn't go long enough. That's annoying. I got to go back and fix it then. So let's see, we're going to try that one more time until I hit those two intersections. And you need those two intersections. If it meets at just one point, that's not good. I have to have the two intersection points for this to be an accurate perpendicular line. So I could line this up all the way through if I wanted. Okay, so now, oops, I have that one right angle. Okay, I need to have four right angles with my rectangle. I am going to choose, since I don't have a given length that I'm constrained to, I'm going to just choose a second end point or vertice of the rectangle. So this is going to be another corner of my rectangle. And I'm going to change colors so you can see that this is a different part of what's going on here. And what I'm going to do is basically I'm going to follow the same set of steps that I just followed, and I'm going to scribe my two arcs on either side of that point I selected so that it becomes the midpoint of the segment connecting these two green arcs, and I'm going to construct the perpendicular bisector again. So I'm going to stretch my compass further than halfway across. I'm going to scribe an arc that's almost a semicircle. And, oh dear, I don't know what's going on here. Let's see if I can fix that. And I'm going to come to this other endpoint and do the same thing again. Okay, so again, I have to have those two intersection points. We got a lot of random things going on here. Let's get this out of here. Okay, so I have those two intersection points. Now I'm going to grab my straight edge and I'm going to connect a line that goes through those two intersection points. I know I've done it accurately because it goes through that point that I had originally selected. So remember, we're trying to construct a rectangle. So I can see this is starting to look like a rectangle. I have three sides of my rectangle that are meeting at those right angles. And now I need to figure out how I'm going to get that fourth side. So I could do this one of two ways. I could, if I wanted to, pick a point. Yeah, could pick a point here. And I could create a perpendicular from this point to come over. Or I could pick up my compass and I could measure the distance that these are apart. And I could make sure that I have that same distance over here and scribe my arc. Okay, so maybe I'll just scribe it here too so you can see that it's going to be the same on both of those. and I can connect those and I'll have my rectangle. So I hope that this was helpful. This should help you to be able to construct your rectangle for your project. You can watch it as many times as you want. And if you're still a little stuck, you're always welcome to come see me.